What's going on, guys? This is Kaisha. Welcome back. So we're back with another video. So in this video, we're going to cover OCG Metagame Report and deck list reviews. For the past week, we have October 1 to October 7, and this will be post WPP or World Premier Pack 2024. And we are also going to cover the post ban list metagame. So starting off first on our tournament results, and we're going to cover a bunch of tournament results from major regions across Japan, South Korea, China, and Taiwan. So this will be a bunch decks. So moving on first, we do have Bee Trooper. So basically, insect pile, no? It runs a lot of insect extenders and also tech cards. It is also playing the Ragnaraka trap and some Ragnaraka extra deck pieces, no? So it could matter if you're going to search of Maxi and also Retaliating Sea, which is both insects and could be really quirky way to counter the meta. But yeah, this barely went undefeated. Went 4-1, no? Not bad from Duelist King Cup tournament. Quite a notorious tournament for really good players in Japan. Next would be Tenpai Dragon. So there's a bunch of Tenpai Dragon that are topping last week. And even this week, I believe we are going to see a lot of Tenpai Dragon. And I believe it is pretty self-explanatory. Even though Chundra was at R1 and Sangen Summoning was only at 1, I believe Tenpai Dragon still has the tools to go second and be comfortable answering the best decks available. They do have Lex of Regeki, no, to answer the Ryzil and Droplet, Super Poly to answer the Malice and Blue Eyes. So they all have the tangibles to answer the best decks out there. And they're also one card OTK. So that's also a factor. So you're just going to throw hand traps and board breakers and just win the game from just drawing something like Pydran or Dora Dora or Genroku. So really solid deck out there. And this went 2-4-6-6-0. Imagine that on a Korean tournament, undefeated. Next would be White CS in Japan. First would be Runic. Ryzil, oh my goodness. Runic with Ryzil could make the Ryzil more resilient with the Runic cards preventing your Ryzil from getting destroyed or annihilated. And also you're also able to play floodgates like Summon Limit for example. And also Solemn Strike, no? Which could help you improve the going first prowess of Ryzil paired with Runic. And next would be Blue Eyes. Yeah, with Piris Race map, no? This could be an interesting take on playing Blue Eyes. This could improve the consistency of Blue Eyes without playing the Primordial. Because with Primordial, you are running a bunch of Garnets and unnecessary cards sometimes. So the map could be a tool to improve the already consistent Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. Next would be Ryzil. Double field spell. I believe that's the most popular ratio of Ryzil's field spell into their main deck. And it helps them play around hand traps effectively and also a built-in negation on their side of the field. So it is really punishing for the opponent if they're able to set up the field spell early on. Next would be Voices Voice. This play the Dogmatica engine. So you have access towards the Maximus that you're going to dump Garura, for example, no? Or something like the NTs, for example. This could be improved the going second, no? Voices Voice. But on the flip side, you are much more prone against Droll and Lockbird, which you don't really want to go against when you're playing Voices Voice. Next would be Goblin Biker. So this could be the best anti-meta deck to play in this current format because it inherently counters the Ryzil matchup. You're going to detach the materials of the Ryzil cards and you are going to have a field day against the Ryzil. You are very efficient against the best deck available right now. And also the Goblin Biker is not that shabby as well. You are also able to combo off effectively and also you're also able to branch out fiend monsters like the Unchained lineup and also the Armored XYZ engine, no? So this could be really threatening. Next would be North Kanto CS in Japan. First would be Melodious. So Melodious definitely a good mid-range deck to standardized control, no? Considering that you're very pesky to play against and you have a bunch of interruptions to stop your opponent. And you also have a lot of rooms for hand traps and tech cards like this. You're playing triple Veiler and triple Droll, no? You didn't even play the Purulia or Foalos. Only one Foalos, no? But I believe you're going to bank on Imperm and Veiler to stop the opponent, and Droll will also limit the opponent from drawing cards from Maxi. And moving on next, we do have Unchained. Unchained with Terror Top, no? With a small Speedroid engine. So it could matter because this Terror Top was buff from the ban list, the Speedroid engine in general. So you have more rank 3 access in this deck, complementing the tour guide from the underworld. Next would be Malice once again. I believe this is the first, yeah, first Malice that we have covered. But I believe Malice still have the position as the second best deck. But if we are going to browse more on our report, we are going to see a much more diminished numbers of Malice compared to the previous 2 weeks or 3 weeks of the post DBCB format. Next would be another Malice, so double gold Sark, no? This improved the Malice. Very broad way of improving the resiliency and also consistency of Malice. Moving on next, we do have Tenpai Dragon. When 5-1, really solid standing. So this played triple Gamma CL Kaiju and Mass Dragon. Oh my goodness, this has been the trend for Tenpai Dragon for the past week, I believe. So Mass Dragon enables you to get into Chundra. You're going to crash the Mass Dragon against your opponent's monster. And Mass Dragon effect would get Chundra. And you just basically OTK the opponent from that, no? So it is like your Chundra enabler, and Mass Dragon is definitely a very underrated card. Most people wouldn't expect the Mass Dragon as your normal summon on this deck. And yeah, I think this is really phenomenal. Play triple Foalos and triple Purulia to just get the draw power and also the Gamma Seal and the Ultimate Slayer. Next would be Blue Eyes, White Dragon deck with Primordial. Yeah, Primordial could really see much play in Blue Eyes only, this format. Aside from the other decks that was enabled by the vanilla monsters, no. But yeah, it is more effective on Blue Eyes. Next would be Malice once again. One Ghost Ogre into the main deck, probably a cross-out target for most, but could be really strong against the Ryzil matchup. Using Ghost Ogre on Duo Drive makes it very hard for the Ryzil to improve their board. Next would be Ryzil Primordial. What is this? So you're also running Evil Swarm cards, the vanilla monsters of Evil Swarm. Could be an extender only for rank 4 turbo. But yeah, this is really interesting. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 1. Really solid standing. Next would be another Ryzil with double Mourner into the main deck. Interesting. Didn't play Fuaros, no? And also Purulia. Just banked on the Ghost Ogre and Droll, which are more effective against the Ryzil matchup. Next would be Mementotlan. First Mementotlan in our report, double talent. This has been the trend for Mementotlan decks recently, with talent answering the likes of Maxi, for example, or Ash Blossom, or other hand traps. So they can just trade better. And as we all know, Mementotlan have infinite amount of resources. They can just juggle everything on their hand and outwit their opponents from their sheer consistency and overall resource pool. Next would be Fire King, Snake Eyes. With Azamina, of course, didn't play the Finsmith because why not, no? You're also just going to go into the Snake Eyes route of play and also the Azamina as well. So it doesn't make sense to play Finsmith here, except if you're trying to push your luck with the Finsmith engine, with Engraver being at 1, no? This could be very risky for a deck like Snake Eyes, which only have one Wanted, one Poplar, one Ash, and one Witch. Next would be Dragon Link. Dragon Link could be interesting choice. Could banish potentially light monsters on the graveyard, and the Bestials also complements the Dragon Link. But all in all, I believe this is a very good pocket deck on some rogue environments and also some not so huge tournaments. Next would be Tri Brigade Fire King. Didn't play Sinful Spoils, yeah. Just play the Volcanics and friends with Arvata, Phoenix, Garunix. And yeah, Double Island. Yeah, interesting. Double Island. I would prefer it to have it at 3 on this kind of deck. Next would be Ryzil once again. Once again, Ogre, no? So Ogre has been a mainstay for most deck lists for our report. And next would be Branded. Branded 60, yeah. With a Zamina, of course. And only played Foalos and Maxi. Didn't play Ash. And even Cross Out, no? Really ballsy. Next would be tournament in Japan. First would be Tenpai Dragon with triple Ultimate Slayer and triple Droplet. Really obnoxious way of destroying boards. Next would be Snake Eyes with Small World. Yeah, Small World. Didn't play Chicken Game or Magician Souls, no? Just play Small World. Next would be Malice. So, Malice with triple Droll could be really solid against the Ryzel matchup. Next would be Blue Eyes with double Dominus Purge. Really add, yeah, very odd amount of Dominus Purge here. And also play the new Primal Being into the side deck. Wow, this could be really interesting. Yeah, I am not really expecting this card to come up in side deck early on. Next would be Snake Eyes, Fire King once again, without Finsmith once again. And next would be True Draco. So with Masterpiece getting unbanned, this deck was solid. This went 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, not too shabby. It went against Top Cut, yeah. It went Top Cut even though it was only 4-3. Next would be Blackwing. So yeah, Blackwing, typical Blackwing. There's not a week without Blackwing. For the past 3, 4 weeks, we always have one Blackwing in our report. Next would be Tenpai Dragon with triple change of heart. Wow, that's massive, no? Considering that it also played Ultimate Slayer and triple Book of Eclipse. Wow. Next would be Best for Tournament uh, in Japan, yeah, I believe. Chimera. Chimera Azamina. So this deck was rattled by the Malnies. The Beatrice going into 0 and with Engraver going to 1. Those are massive, massive hits towards the Chimera. Next would be Labyrinth, a more trap-oriented Labyrinth with triple D barrier, triple torrential, and one Ice Dragon Prison. Wow. So more controlled manner of playing Labyrinth. Next would be another True Draco. This time with Amano Iwato. Not bad. Next would be Rescue Ace. Our first Rescue Ace, no? Only first Rescue Ace. Oh my goodness. So what a fall from grace. But it is expected because Engraver Beatrice was hit, no? So they're just going to rely on one witch and the Zamina engine. Next would be Goblin Biker. Second or third Goblin Biker in our report, no? Yeah, this is really looking good for Goblin Biker to just bully every Ryzel matchup that they could face. Next would be Fire King, Snake Eyes. So we do have seen a lot of Fire King Snake Eyes in our report already. Yeah, so this could be the best coping mechanism to work the Snake Eyes with playing Volcanics, no, at 3, and even double Phonics. Next would be Blue Eyes with triple Dominus Purge and Primordial Engine as well. Next would be Malice once again. Yeah, pretty standard. Just played Parallel Exceed. Next would be Tenpai Dragon. Wow, this played double Gold Sark and one Blaster. And next would be Snake Eyes once again. There's like 7, 8 Snake Eyes already in our report. It is pretty even with Ryzel and Malice. I'm not really expecting this. But yeah, it just proves that Snake Eyes can still adapt. Next would be Malice once again. And yeah, standard. Next would be Centurion. Wow, Centurion without Finsmith. Yeah, just play the pure with more hand traps like this at three. Oh, double Veiler and one Droll and the bestial duo of Druisworm and Magnamut. Next would be Runic. So of course Runic always up present in our report. When 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1. Wow, massive numbers. So it played Ultimate Slayer. Interesting choice. And Forbidden Droplet. Wow. So they're trying to make the Runic more flexible going second. Next will be another Runic once again. This time went uh what is this? Went 6-4. Yeah, not bad. And yeah, played Gozen match. Only at 2 because Gozen was semi-limited from the previous ban list. Next will be good stuff. Technically, Punk, Tyrion, Exodia, Horus, Tachyon. So basically good stuff. Yeah, pile deck. Next would be Ryzil once again. We double desires and one prosperity. And next would be Gimmick Puppet. Of course, the FTK still lives on. It was not addressed by the ban list. Next would be Ubel. Our first Ubel that we have seen, but it has a really okay or solid standing. And Ubel, I think it is still playable. It is just not as consistent and as resilient as before. Next would be Mechanico. So this has been the surprise for me because I have seen a lot of Mechanico, but they are not really topping tournaments. They're just widespread and all over the place. And it was enabled by the Gen and Ken cards from the WPP, and it offers an FTK line with Acid Golem, and it is ridiculous. At some point, you are going to run against the Mechanico, and you're getting FTK'd, and you cannot do anything if you are not going to answer them. And yeah, really annoying deck, I believe. This could be really frustrating to play against right now. Next would be Plant Pile, Ragnarika with Rika, really solid. Factory Cup, yeah. Next would be Mementotlan, played triple Purulia, and only side deck the copy of Walos. Wow, really innovative. Next would be Pendulum, Zerk, Magician. Yeah, we triple Dragon Shrine. Next would be Orcus Finsmith with Azamina. Yeah, I believe with Azamina. Oh, it is not running Azamina. So it just runs Finsmith and also triple Greffer Knight and one Dark Berry Statue. Interesting. Yeah, really interesting. And also played Mischief of Gnomes, no? Into the side deck. Could be really viable. Yeah. Workable, I believe. Next would be second rescue ace in our report. Triple small world, no? So if you're not running as a mina cards, you're probably going to run small world just to enhance the consistency of rescue ace. Next would be Ryzil, once again. Triple droplet and double talent. Could be very flexible. Next would be another Ryzil, once again. With only double droplet and played summon limit into the main deck. Next would be another Tenpai Dragon. Double Santa Claus, wow. And next would be Tenpai Dragon once again. With one DD Crow and double Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell could be massive for this Tenpai Dragon because Called by the Grave is massive against this deck. Once you don't have answers against the Called by, you're going to struggle a lot on this Tenpai Dragon. So Ghost Bell could be the best niche pick to answer the Called by right now. Next would be Melodious. Our second Melodious, I believe, with Rivalry. 41 card. Yeah. Next would be Ryzil and Triple Lancea to answer the Malice problem. Next would be Rescue Ace as a Mina. And also played Lancea. Even though you get drawbacks from Lancea, the Lancea will be more beneficial against the Malice matchup. And next would be Ryzil with triple Follows and triple Droll. And also two Small World. Yeah, two Small World. Interesting. Next would be Pendulum Magician. This could be the return of Pendulum Magician, no? Because this deck was pretty much under the radar from the past 3, 4 weeks already. And next would be Ryzil once again, and played Prosperity. And Double Trust with Triple D Barrier. This could be the alternative option if you're not going to run Judgment and Iron Thunder for this Ryzil. Next would be Ryzil once again with Double Book of Moon. It is not, yeah, it is playing Tachyon, but it also played Book of Moon because it emphasizes the importance of duo drive to resolve. Because without duo drive effect, you're nothing. To be honest, you don't do much if duo drive didn't resolve. So Book of Moon could be your go-to option against something like Imperm or Veiler, no? Next would be, what is this? Super Heavy Samurai Snake Eyes with World Legacy. Wow. Yeah, interesting. So just basically good stuff. Snake Eyes good stuff. Yeah, played Gamma into the main deck. So just you could cancel out the Follows and Moxie. Next would be Snake Eyes once again. Oh, Snake Eyes Rescue Ace with Azamina. So 45 card. Quite extensive amount of cards. And also played one Phantasmi. Still solid against Malice, for example, or the Snake Eyes. Next would be Ritual Beast. Only played one Purulia. Didn't even play Follows, no? Just played the Gravekeeper's Inscription to nullify the graveyard. And next would be Snake Eyes once again with triple Parallel Exceed and triple Evenly Match. Could be really solid against Runic or even Ryzil, no? Ryzil doesn't have much outs against the Evenly Match. And yeah, that sums up our OCG metagame report and decklist reviews from the past week from October 1 to October 7. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing into my YouTube channel. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.